Welcome to the R&B. Ding.
Yes.
What is happening?
Phone sound.
This is what you do? So today is the R&BS. It is the Rob and Benny bullshit.
Wow. Rob and Benny bullshit.
The R&BE.
With our special guest.
Yeah. This is actually Sal. He joins us every other week on the Weekly Poll, which is a podcast that we air over on twitch.tv/EligibleMonster.
Yes.
That's where we also stream these things live. If you want to watch them be filmed live, if you're watching this over on YouTube, thank you so much. You get early access to it over on our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian. You also can find it on, I believe, iTunes, SoundCloud, and a unique Patreon feed. If I'm wrong about that, I'll yell at some people.
This is an exciting moment, guys. Like, we all go back like 4 years.
Yeah. So Sal is actually one of the Weekly Poll actually predates the R&BE by 3 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Because Sal's not local, it was kind of difficult doing a podcast of this quality.
Yeah.
But we thought we got to fly him out here. He's got to hang out with us. We got to have a discussion, and the discussion is one that Sal is going to be very knowledgeable at.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable at today.
Yeah.
Since there's no real big news for us to talk about in today's
We're talking about Thanos.
Why? Why would we say that's over, Rob?
He's knowledgeable about Thanos.
If you look at your channel's views on your Thanos theories, it's going down, so that's over.
Yeah, but those views are still doing well, man. I'll take them. They're doing better than anything else Marvel's doing.
No, today we thought, so a long time ago we did a video. What would happen if DC officially said Batman is dead for a year and canceled all of the Batman books?
Yes.
That was the deal. That was what was going on.
Here's kind of the funny thing, though. That was supposed to be like a publishing discussion. We ended up turning it into like an in-universe discussion.
Right, which was awesome. And it was kind of both, how they would handle publishing and in-universe.
Yeah.
And everyone in the comments said you guys need to do this for Spider-Man. But Rob and I love Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Rob pretends to love Spider-Man.
I mean, I can tolerate him. Yeah.
But the expert, the subject matter expert, the man who will never get anything wrong, has all of his facts 100% straight, is Sal.
No pressure.
From Comic Pop. And if you enjoy this discussion, make sure you go check out his channel, Comic Pop, because he does basically this kind of thing full time.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 5 days a week. Come
5 days a week. Just Sal talking.
Yeah, it's not just me.
He just puts the camera on himself, 12 hours, big video.
Yeah, if you like this, but you don't want to see this all the time, I talk to other people who are much prettier than I am. So.
Oh yeah, no. Are they prettier than me?
Who could be prettier than you?
Ah, thank you.
Oh.
It's the beard,
right?
And the emo hair.
The hair is really the key. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Spider-Man.
So okay, so we set rules and parameters for this discussion last time. Okay, so we're gonna do the similar thing this time.
All right. I do not remember what any of the rules or parameters were.
Well, the rules are simple. Okay, so the concept is Marvel has come out and killed Spider-Man, and we'll officially, the beginning of our discussion will be how does he die?
Right.
But they come out and say we're going to kill Spider-Man, and he will be dead for a year, and we will print nothing that says Spider-Man for 1 year.
Right, and that's the big distinction between the 5 times he's already died.
Right, because whenever he dies, they just continue the book.
Well, I mean, like, they killed him in Amazing Spider-Man 700, and then they launched Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They killed him in Spider-Man The Other, and he was dead for like an issue or two. They killed him, he fought Thanos when he died. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man died?
He died almost permanently, but then they replaced him with another Spider-Man.
Right.
So, you got to throw away all the ideas of like, well, obviously the Miles Morales Spider-Man book will keep going because there's no book called Spider-Man.
Right, and so that is going to be the conclusion, like, that because the idea with the Batman was that it was like a gamble for the company.
Yeah.
And it's not a gamble if they're just like, but Spider-Man keeps going. It's just going to follow Mary Jane for 3 issues and then Miles Morales.
Or when they killed Superman and all 4 Superman titles kept going. And, I'm like, and if you're a kid and you're like, they killed Superman, why? Why am I still reading Man of Steel? If it's about Lois Lane grieving, like, what's happening? Now, I assume that another rule is that 4 new Spider-Man don't emerge.
Well, right, no, it's Spider-Man has to die. So in our death of Spider-Man, we also have to say what happens to Miles.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to have to say what happens to the entire Spider extended, because if there's no Spider book at all.
Because there is a book coming out, Spider-Geddon.
Yes.
And we don't know what that's going to be, but it could be the death of the Spider-Verse, where it's like we're knocking out all the Spider characters.
Okay, yeah, good luck with that. I can see them killing off everybody. Well,
Except for Miles and Peter,
they're going to kill off Miles, so that's a Bendis creation.
Right.
I could see them killing off. I could see them killing off everybody except for Peter Parker.
Because like Spider-Gwen's not doing great, so they could kill off Spider-Gwen.
I thought she had her own little following.
She does? Oh, no, she does.
Okay.
Yeah, she was huge back when on launch.
Yeah.
Like first volume, but not
Well,
so much.
the problem I have with Spider-Gwen is it's quite obvious they didn't have a long-term plan.
No.
And they've been making it up as they
Well,
go.
it was
They
originally
haven't
just
really
a
built
costume
it.
idea. That was
Yeah.
it. That was cool.
They haven't really built anything up with their whole universe.
No.
It's a good. It's a solid book, and it's a neat universe. But ultimately, I don't think it's held water.
Yeah.
But that's another story. Let's
So
just,
okay, so first thing we have to do for this rule to go into place, and so what basically what the concept is that Marvel is promoting this as we will remove Spider-Man for a year. Now
Right.
we know you can't remove him permanently.
and maybe 4 years, but we're saying at least a year.
At least 1 year. So
Right.
let's start it off. How does Spider-Man and all Spider books end?
I'll let you take this one first.
I mean,
How would you do it, Sal?
in Amazing 800, Green Goblin kind of systematically attacks Spider-Man's entire life, and he like picks apart his extended universe a little
Yeah.
bit. He doesn't kill anybody.
Yes, he does.
He does, but nobody. Well, yeah, but nobody that he had directly attacked. It wasn't
Okay,
like-
yeah.
But I don't want to spoil 800 for anybody.
That's
But
fine, yeah.
The fact
I
is,
got
like,
so much crap for saying something as a
right,
channel title.
and it was Red Goblin, I should say. But like, we've seen that kind of thing, and I really want to leave Morlun out of this. The energy vampire that has almost killed him a couple times, or actually killed him once or twice. But like, I think you got to go classic. Doc Ock killed him in 700. Red Goblin almost killed him in 800. You got to do somebody cool. I'm thinking Venom.
Venom finally gets
Venom
better
finally
of him.
I say Venom finally kills Spider-Man.
Eddie Brock
yeah, Eddie,
loses control.
exactly.
Because right now it's all about him having control and losing control.
And I know that in continuity right now, they've kind of like Spider-Man and the symbiote have kind of reconciled.
Yep.
So there is no reason for Venom to fight Spider-Man, but I think you are selling a ton of books. If it's called The Death of Spider-Man, and you break out one of those amazing-looking covers of Spider-Man versus Venom,
I've got that. I've got how they're going to sell
Let's
that.
hear it.
The symbiote separates because they're trying to learn how to control it, keep its rage down.
Yeah.
They finally do it. He goes to Doctor Strange, and Eddie goes to Doctor Strange, and he's like, "You can't get rid of the rage in the symbiote, so I will remove it." So he takes it, and you get a second Venom. You get the Venom that hates and wants to kill Spider-Man. So Eddie can be a supporting cast member. But we get classic evil Venom back. And once he separates them, of course, we have to have something go wrong.
Right,
And
naturally.
then get free.
yeah. I mean, it could also be like you could do Carnage, but I think Venom's more iconic.
I think Venom is a lot more impactful than Carnage.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. Well, they wouldn't have given it to Norman Osborn and created a whole new character out of him if Carnage was that much more iconic. And they brought Venom back.
The only way to really do it would be to have Green Goblin kill him permanently.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think that's as satisfying. Also, Green Goblin killed Ultimate Spider-Man, so
Yeah,
we've
that's
already
true.
seen it.
Yeah.
We've never seen Venom kill Spider-Man.
So I'm saying, okay, so the story is they separate. Venom separated, but now you have a Venom symbiote with all of the knowledge of Peter Parker is, all of the knowledge built up from Flash Thompson, all of the knowledge from Eddie Brock,
Yeah.
all of this stuff. The first thing that I got it.
Okay.
Doctor Strange separates them. Okay, and his plan.
So there's two symbiotes?
There's two Venom symbiotes, but here's the plan. So we can keep the character development of Eddie. Because remember, we can't go back. We have to go with where things are now.
Right.
Okay. He does it, and the plan is to just dispose of the evil Venom symbiote into the Spider-Verse. Opening the portal. The last second, the portal opens. And evil symbiote's going through, but he jumps onto Wong, taking control of Wong instead of going through. Wong then throws both Strange and Eddie into the portal and seals it permanently. Spider-Verse is closed.
Okay.
They're unavailable at this point.
Because I was going to say, if you're going to put him into the Spider-Verse and you want to get rid of all the Spider characters, you just have Venom kill everyone in the Spider-Verse. You just like Venom goes into the Spider-Verse and like
I think that'd be kind of difficult for even like an evil Venom.
Yeah, that's true.
But then he just murders Wong and gets onto something like
Right.
I mean, it wouldn't be impossible for Agent Venom.
No, that's true.
Or
All the
even
military
better,
strategy of Flash.
the evil Venom strips Eddie of the Venom symbiote. The symbiote and Strange go in there.
Yeah.
And then he takes over Eddie because Eddie's lost control.
Right, because you got to have it be Eddie Brock. You gotta
Right.
have
So
classic
Eddie's
looking
inside
Venom.
and he's like, "No, we finally fixed this. Wow."
Yeah.
You know.
See, I would go old school. I don't know exactly how I would do it, but I would instigate a situation where Eddie Brock just goes back to being a bad guy.
I think
And,
that's cleaner. I would do. I like that story. I would read it, but I would want if I was Marvel, like I would be like, I got to sell evil Venom. I got to sell regular Eddie Brock. He's just pissed, and the way they took him out of retirement originally was Eddie's ex-wife Annie got killed, and Venom re-blamed Spider-Man for the death of his ex-wife, and that's what brought back the rage. You got to do something else. I say Venom has a hidden son, and like Eddie Brock has a son somewhere.
And like Peter hit him or something like that?
Well, no, like basically Eddie tries to reconnect with the kid. The kid doesn't know him, want to have anything to do with him, and the Venom symbiote gets out. The rage amplifies the suit. It looks like he's going to hurt the kid. Spider-Man intercedes. The kid dies by accident.
No, I have an even better one going with that.
Okay.
Not. It looks like Spider-Man is in a fight with Carnage.
Okay.
The destruction of that causes maybe Eddie brings his son to the church to try and reconnect him. The original church.
Yes.
Bringing this back to the beginning.
Yes.
Carnage and Spider-Man somehow end up fighting on the roof. They cause it to cave in, and the son is killed.
Right.
That could be enough to drive Eddie to want to go after Spider-Man again.
Yeah, no, I would make it tragic.
That's what I mean. Make it tragic. So Eddie's I'm going to kill you.
I would take a page out of renew your vows, but I would modify it. So instead of Venom just being like, I want to kill you, it would be something where Peter has to choose between Venom or his family or something like that. And he willingly sacrifices Eddie. Or he goes to sacrifice Eddie. And Eddie's like, I thought we were better than this. And Eddie's just like, well then fine, I can't trust you. And then they just end up fighting each other. It would have to be something like that where Eddie where he falls from grace, so to speak.
Yes.
That's what I would want to see.
I'd take any of those. But the fact is, Venom kills Spider-Man.
Because even right now, Eddie's kind of on the edge of still being a villain.
Totally.
They're not. He's not like Flash Thompson, where he's like, I'm a good guy,
and I'm fighting this monster that's giving me my legs
back. We're trying to work together here. We could be bad, good. I don't know.
Yeah. So you have Venom kill Spider-Man, and of course you have to have a similarly tragic ending where Spider-Man must sacrifice himself. I say to save Mary Jane. This way you cement Mary Jane into the mythos a little bit better. Because we've seen Spider-Man sacrifice himself to save Aunt May in the Ultimate Fight. And you're never going to top that, so you might as well do something different. But still make it, But because I've seen him sacrifice, or not sacrifice himself, but willingly try to sacrifice himself to save everyone. Like Green Goblin one time, planted bombs in the entire Daily Bugle and brought everyone from the entire supporting cast of Spider-Man into the Daily Bugle and was going to cave it in. Yeah. And Spider-Man and Ben Reilly actually saved all of them. And I'm like, okay, you got to make it more personal, more intimate. And you could go renew your vows, make it Mary Jane or Aunt May.
I don't. You know what? I say we don't even make it that intimate. I say the exact opposite.
Just make it some random
evil
person.
Venom, because if you're following the plot right now, they've discovered there's previous Venoms, there's ancient symbiotes, there's more symbiotes. They've discovered a giant ancient symbiote underneath New York. Evil Venom is going to set off a symbiote bomb, infecting all of New York, turning it into a Venom city.
There has been a Venom bomb story.
Dr.
Doom has a Venom bomb. And,
so it's like a Venom bomb.
Yeah.
He's going to just infect everyone.
No, that'd be like a Venom version of Spider Island.
Basically.
You could do that. You could also do the idea that there is an evil ancient symbiote that's been beneath the earth. Yeah. And you treat it like a Lovecraftian horror thing where it's
it's Cthulhu. It is Cthulhu.
It's like a symbiote Cthulhu. So you don't say it's Cthulhu, but it adopts this serpentine or octopian creature looking thing. Yeah. But it's just a big goopy Venom monster.
What if that takes back over Eddie? That's how he becomes evil.
Yeah, he just becomes a giant monster Venom.
Well, that thing arises and infects the symbiote.
Right.
No, dude, that would make an amazing story because you reverse what you did with Lee Price, where Lee Price dominates the symbiote and makes it do things. The symbiote dominates Eddie Brock and makes him do things, and it's just damn, Eddie's I don't want to do this.
So then you get the tragic tale of Eddie trying to fight. You wait for the end of Eddie becoming this good guy. Yeah. And now he can't stop himself from killing people. And the first thing he does to get Peter involved, murder Mary Jane. Just outright murder her. And you do it in the most unceremoniously way. She's just going to her apartment after Stark Tower, and she just calls up Peter. Yeah. And Venom just drops and just rips her head off in 2 panels. You don't stretch it out, it's just done.
You know what you do? You parallel his first appearance when he was hiding in her apartment.
Yes.
And his eyes are in the dark and his mouth grows. But then he eats her instead.
Yes.
He eats her, damn.
But by the way, you got the ending. He kills Spider-Man. I'm not going to write the ending of how he kills Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But Eddie Brock... Spider-Man, of course, doesn't die like a chump. He manages to beat the symbiote and save Eddie Brock at the same time. Yes. Eddie Brock does not die.
It's like some kind of giant sonic bomb
something that he
blows everything up.
Yeah, he's like, I've got to do it myself. Maybe his spider sense triggers it, and it's the only way that it can work.
Okay, well,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, he kills the symbiote without killing Eddie Brock, which saves Spider-Man's, point. You know what I mean? His whole power, responsibility, no killing. Eddie Brock then goes back to the church and kills himself. He finishes.
I would have
You take Venom off the table because you're killing all the spider characters.
Yeah, remove Venom. Yeah.
But you parallel the origins of Venom. You have it you do the Mary Jane appearance.
I'm gonna ramp this up even further. On the way to killing Peter, he takes out Mary Jane. he runs into Miles before Peter, and the symbiote, being confused, doesn't know who it is.
Right.
And just tears his head off.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
He runs into Spider-Woman. We'll just take out Jessica Drew. No.
Yeah.
She's not
all the
technically
Spider
anything.
Yeah.
You know? He takes out, who else is still even around in the main universe?
In the main universe, you've still got, I think you've got,
mean,
Aranya's still around.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy would show up.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen.
Because if the news
But you
story-
close the story, or yeah, that's right. The news story doesn't have the portals, but like, well, in any case,
you still got Ben
you have
Reilly.
like the road to the death of Spider-Man. It's just him
that's the
killing
print.
everybody. Yeah,
It's a 12-issue series. Every issue is the death of someone in the family.
like Dark Reign: The List, where like every issue is a different character that Norman Osborn tried to take out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's just it's like this bloody list. It's like or when Old Man Logan was going to kill everybody that was going to destroy his family.
Yeah.
And like each one has a character that he like slices out, or like like on the list. You know.
I've got it. Kind of tying it into how they do Hunt for Wolverine.
Yeah.
The list, or whatever you want to call it, the road to the
death of Spider-Man. Yeah.
Every time Venom kills somebody, there's a group trying to follow behind to catch him.
Right.
So we have like Logan, Daredevil,
Captain America, Iron Man.
Well,
they're all following behind Venom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a cool idea. I think at that point you're kind of getting a little far from a Spider-Man story.
No, this is the road to. So then we can get into the Death of Spider-Man
Death of
story.
Spider-Man, its own book, and it has to be like an original. It's probably going to happen in the pages of Amazing Spider-Man. It can't be its own unique thing, but the road to the Death of Spider-Man can be its own miniseries, because then it doesn't interact with the other continuity. You don't have to deal with that. When does this happen? Between the pages of all the other books.
Right, and you have like maybe the Avengers are following behind Venom. Or just the I was thinking just the detectives.
Yeah.
Like Moon Knight, Wolverine, and Daredevil, almost like the Hunt.
Just street level books. Like,
Yeah.
Or you, because Spider-Man is an Avenger, and he's a cosmic level hero at this point. He knows everybody, he's friends with everybody, he's fought everybody.
Yeah.
He fought the Stranger, for God's sake. So like, but in his hour of need, in his last hour, he's like just not important enough.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Like the Avengers
they just
are dealing
don't
with something else.
That would be amazing. So you have those three people tracing it down, right? And they're calling it in.
Like,
Jarvis, hey.
Daredevil's trying. He's
like, yo, Jarvis, what is going on? Iron Man's off-world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jarvis, seriously, they just killed off Mary Jane, Miles Morales, and this other one. But Cap's currently busy.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole way it's them trying to track it down. And at the tail end, they're like, Daredevil, Wolverine, and Moon Knight are like, it's down to us.
Yeah.
And Venom's like, whack, knocking them all out of the
he
picture.
doesn't
They
kill
don't,
him,
they're not killed,
but they help, you know? And like,
no, because then, once he's dead, they all wake up. And they couldn't save Spider-Man.
Exactly.
And so you get Wolverine was removed. You know, maybe Venom, knowing he's going to regenerate, just drops him in water or something like that, like cement boots kind of a deal.
In, the end
but what
I can see him just incapacitating them.
Right, but what I'm
knocking
saying
them
is they're out of
and
the picture. Yeah. And so the first people dealing with the ramifications are the ones who should have been able to save them. They were there the whole way.
And then you have, and you could do tie-ins. Like, remember Fallen Sun?
Oh my God.
Fallout, the Death of Spider-Man, or like, Funeral for a Friend, that kind of thing, where it's like, you have a Captain America one-shot. It's just like the ripple effect. You sell in books the reaction to the Death of Spider-Man, Captain America feeling guilty, Wolverine feeling guilty, and how they deal with it. And you can, those are all books that are $4.99. Oh my God, I just made like $16,000 in the first 2 months. Like,
you have like Iron Man coming back and he realizes he missed the whole thing.
The whole thing.
And he's just like,
and you can resurrect that.
How was I not there for my friend?
By the way, you resurrect the whole idea. You don't even need like the Death of Spider-Man, but like Iron Man brings back those iron spiders that he had during the Initiative.
Yes.
Yeah.
As like in the memory of Peter, that kind of thing.
The ones that Dr. Octopus stole?
I think
okay.
I think he stole the...
wait, I have an idea for that.
Yeah.
So, because this is how this stuff goes. We have the death and we have to have everyone deal with
Fallout,
it. So Iron Man does that. He has them start watching over New York.
Yes.
Doc Ock takes control of them all to then envision his own memory of Spider-Man.
Doc Ock would be a great Iron Man villain after this.
Oh, yeah. That's how he moves on.
And that's
he takes over all the Iron Spiders because, remember, he thinks he's better at being Spider-Man.
Exactly. So Doc Ock has, like, or the superior Spider-Man, superior Doc Ock, whatever, he tries to become Spider-Man. Iron Man quashes that. You don't get that book because he becomes, like, the superior Spider-Man versus Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, you got that book. And that's
the only problem you run into with that is
you can't name a superior Spider-Man.
I know,
but
no, I'm just saying. He's the villain. He doesn't have his own book.
The only problem you're running into with that is you're running up on the territory of Miles.
He's dead.
When Peter died in the Ultimate Universe, and then Miles became Spider-Man.
Yes.
And everybody said, no, you can't do this. And then you got Spider-Man, and Peter's like, they can.
You're fine, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Just go be Spider-Man. And he ended up being Spider-Man. That's the only problem that you're running into. I mean, if you're going to do the death of Spider-Man in the main Marvel universe, which would be the most landmark issue, like the most landmark thing that happened in the Marvel universe.
For the publisher to be like, he's dead at least for the year.
Yeah, and he's not going to come back for one. Basically, what they did with Old Man Logan.
That would outsell. Like, it's done.
Right, and you do. And by the way, like they handled the Death of Wolverine, that like miniseries, so beautifully.
Yeah.
Brilliant printing,
Yep.
gorgeous covers. Steve McNiven draws it.
I think I legit have that here.
Yeah, you do.
Soul.
But it's like you sell that book where it's like it's not bloated. It's like 6 issues, maybe less, maybe 4, and you're like, what? Only 4 issues. But
So here's a question: What happens following this?
okay.
Like-
well,
like
you do all
after-
those tie-in books.
Yeah, you do all the like. I would just do just one shots.
Just one
I
shots.
wouldn't even do miniseries.
No,
just
no.
One shot
I mean,
tie-ins, yeah.
Marvel would, but we're Marvel now, so we're not doing that. We're
Right.
just doing the one shot.
But we're Marvel.
We're
now,
not
right?
that.
We are the head of Marvel.
We're not greedy. We are practical.
You know what? In all honesty, I think you would make more money not having 50 tie-ins.
Oh,
Yeah,
easily.
if it was,
Because people are
if
like,
it
oh,
was just
it's
a one-shot comic because
Yeah.
you can read it and follow it, be done.
It's
Yeah.
done,
It's not
and then you
confusing.
can easily just say, see the ramifications in the Marvel universe.
and then you got
Yeah.
2 trades. You got actually 3 trades. You have the Road.
Yeah.
That's a trade. The Death.
Yep.
That's a trade. The Fallout. That's a trade.
Yeah.
And the Fallout could be a bunch
and
of
then-
single
and of
issue.
course, an
Like, I don't know if
omnibus.
you heard our Batman one, but like our idea for what happens to
Batman.
Alfred.
Oh.
It was, the whole issue of just Alfred checking on everyone.
You'd have to do this without me.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah.
No, Aunt May wouldn't know anyone. She wouldn't know. all
No,
the
that's
heroes.
why I'm thinking you should
'Cause the
kill Aunt.
reason-
That's why I'm saying you might want to kill Aunt May
Well, yeah, no, but what
and
I'm saying is
reverse the Mary Jane Aunt May thing.
because with the Alfred thing, Alfred was checking on everyone, but no one checked on Alfred.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
So who would that
Alfred
character
was
be?
everyone's
I'm saying,
shoulder to cry on.
no. You reverse it. Okay, strike the Mary Jane thing. You kill Aunt May, but you do it in the Mary Jane way, so it's like parallels. But Mary Jane's left; she's alone, and obviously they weren't married anymore. So her, but like she's alone, right?
Yeah.
That's how you cement her into the Iron Man roster, and she's like, I need to live up to his, and she takes an iron suit, and she becomes a new character, kind of like Rescuer, or
I can see that. I mean,
like
but
Mary Jane tries. She's like, screw it, and she's like, Tony, you failed him. And she steals an iron suit, and like Iron Man 2, like he lets Rhodey leave, like he lets her leave, and he's like, you know what, like I did fail. And like maybe the people closest to him should have been the ones who could have helped him. So like he
Yeah.
lets her take a suit, and she becomes her own character. It's not spider related, it's an iron character. But like that's how you elevate the Mary Jane character. And you let her do something with that. At least that's an opportunity to like use the spider roster without calling them spider characters. Because
Yeah.
that way you don't have the sad, really miserable book of Aunt May alone in her apartment.
That's the book you need. Though.
No, that's too sad because like because
gotta be sad.
No one's taking care of her though. That's the problem is that like no one cares about Aunt May. Like no one. She has no one to take care of her.
No, I got it.
Iron Man.
Jonah
Jonah.
Jameson.
Yeah.
He knows his identity now.
Yeah, Jonah would take
Well,
her.
they were
He'll be one of
also.
the
But that's a
people
book I don't
that
want to
know
read.
That connection.
Not even that I don't want to read it because it's too sad. That's a boring book.
No, I would
Jonah
read it-
taking care of Aunt May.
I would read it as a one-shot.
Yeah, as a one shot. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
like he consoles her and he
But we
says,
also,
"Okay, come
the
live
other
with
thing
me."
is we
and then,
saw it already. In Ultimate Spider-Man, we saw the fallout of Aunt May losing Peter and what she
All
does
right.
and how she
yeah,
grows.
but she became like hardcore as shit.
It's
like when
true.
she ran up
was
on
already
Miles.
cool at
Yeah,
like cool as
like,
hell.
she was
But the other
in-
thing
she was
is like,
intense.
but with Mary Jane, you get a new character out of it.
You're getting really into this.
Oh yeah, I got the shirt.
Okay, so here's-
but I'm just saying, you get a new character, and I'm trying to make them more Benjamins. Come on.
So here's my question then. So
Yeah.
this is done as a bi-weekly series. So
Yeah.
we start in the spring. April is when Road to Death of Spider-Man starts.
Oh, we start.
It
No, we
happens-
start in the winter.
Well, no.
That
I'm
way,
saying,
when
I'm
Death
saying,
of
like,
Spider-Man happens, it's June.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it kicks off in the summer. So you've got a summer event for the Death of Spider-Man.
Yep.
All right, and then you have the one shots that get released August
Yeah.
or so. All right, so we go into September, the month after Spider-Man's dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like we continue.
Yeah.
on.
Now what are we doing?
Yeah. Now what do we do? I don't know, man. I mean, I like the idea of Iron Man saying, "Well, someone's got to take up the role of Spider-Man." I can see him
Well,
making like robot.
That's
Spider-Man.
yeah, like the spider drones all
the
over the
spider
place.
drones,
Well, like-
and then
well, like-
Doc Ock, like that whole arc.
love
of
the
even Doc
idea.
Ock being like, "No, I can do it better."
Yeah, or-
I was superior Spider-Man. I will be Iron Spiders. He takes control of them, and then, like you said, Doc Ock becomes Iron Man's one of his new villains.
Yeah.
Because he can go
Yeah.
into that.
Yeah. And he drops the superior
What about-
Spider-Man mantle because he's like, in deference to Peter, he's like, no, I was good with the octopus thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Deadpool? Because I'm trying to think of who the closest friends Spider-Man
Yeah,
has right
and
now.
the
in
Spider-Man
books.
Deadpool book, they are like bros.
You could have Deadpool be the one that just takes out Eddie Brock. Like Eddie Brock doesn't kill himself.
Dude,
Yeah.
Deadpool's the
Deadpool
one
kills
that's
him.
like,
Eddie goes to the church to kill himself.
Yeah.
And Deadpool
Does it. Deadpool's yeah. Oh no. Yeah, that's exactly what you do. God, what? There's a movie that I'm thinking
I
of
could
that
get
was
really
just like
depressing
that.
with this. Deadpool
Departed?
chops off his arms and his legs,
Yeah, The
and he's
Departed.
like, "You don't
Yeah.
get to die. You get to suffer."
You get to suffer.
Oh, he's like
yeah.
he's like Scud the Disposable Assassin. He's like, I've got you in on like an isolation chamber. Like he's got this like Deadpool has like one of those like storage units out in like the Bayonne, and it's just he's hooked up to like machines to keep him alive. He's like, I'm keeping you here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to visit you once a week to just give you paper cuts.
Okay, no, this would make it more tragic.
And
so if
by the way, you can hint that like the symbiote's like the other symbiote, the old symbiote, is looking for Eddie.
Yeah.
And then you can bring back because you know the symbiote can make arms and legs and shit. So like, and Eddie's like, no, I don't want to be Venom. I deserve this. I deserve to die. And the symbiote's like, no. And that was the way you get another Venom book out of it. The Venom suit's like, I won't let you die.
Okay, if you want to go with if you want to go tragic, like I would stick with the idea that like the Venom symbiote takes over Eddie and makes Eddie do it.
Yeah.
Because the Venom symbiote needs a host.
Well, that's is it the Cthulhu one or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could have.
Regardless of how he did it, who cares?
Venom killed Spider-Man and it was awesome.
Eddie Brock didn't want to do it. The Venom symbiote's like, we're done, and it leaves. And that's when you bring in Deadpool. Like he goes back to the church to kill himself, and Deadpool's standing there. It's like The Departed when Mark Wahlberg shoots Matt Damon.
Wait.
And and he's like, no, I didn't want to, and Deadpool like. More serious than you've ever seen. It's like, I don't care. Yep. And then you just cut to black.
Because we've seen him do that.
Yeah, you cut to black and then he wakes up.
Deadpool is all jokes
until he's not.
Actually piss him off.
He's like, I don't care. And then that's it.
No smile, no face. Like,
no smile, nothing.
No reaction.
No gimmicks, no nothing. Nope. And it looks like 1990s Rob Liefeld Deadpool.
Yeah.
just straight up. Just straight up,
no nonsense.
That's what I would do.
That is gold.
Yeah. And then that's Deadpool's revenge.
Yeah.
So then you just kind of pick up after that. But see, here's the funny thing though. Spider-Man always, I mean, as part of the Avengers and stuff, that's cool. But Spider-Man operating out of New York, his title always seems so standalone.
Yes.
So it's like, if he died, what impact would it really have on the, I mean, aside from like the grieving process. Like,
absolutely. Well, like that's the question. And I remember in the reverse situation when the Avengers all died to fight Onslaught, Spider-Man had a whole issue about like what happens now. Where do I go from here? Now the Avengers and the Fantastic Four are dead.
Yeah.
And it was basically Spider-Man and Daredevil being like, I got to pick up the slack now. But they never really explored it in a really meaningful way. But you could do the reverse in that way, where the Avengers are like, oh my God, Cap's calling a meeting. You know, like there's a big cosmic problem, or Ultron's resurfaced or whatever, and he's called a meeting and like. Hawkeye's late, you know, different Avengers are taking it forever to get back, or, you know, the Cap's like, what are you doing? You're gonna answer the call. And he's like, you have no idea how much Spider-Man did.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like
small things.
On my way here, I had to fight Sandman, Hydro Man, Scorpion, like, you have no idea, and not to mention like
somehow I got a black suit out of this.
Yeah, exactly. But like you have no idea like how much street crime has resurfaced. Like you could do a whole Moon Knight series where Moon Knight's just like, oh my God, I gotta deal with this. Like Daredevil is a great book to explore with that. Where Daredevil's like, the Sinister Six are my villains now. Where Daredevil just goes like, no, Spider-Man is like, I'm taking over. Like Spider-Man's turf is mine.
Dude,
now.
and that's the thing, like see that could give you a little bit of like an Old Man Logan feel when like all of Spider-Man's villains become everybody else's villains.
Yeah.
Because then what happens when Mysterio rolls up on like the Incredible Hulk?
Exactly.
And it's just like boom, you know,
dude,
and it starts
so that's
he makes the whole kill people. Like
I got this. Let's roll with that idea for a second. The villains all get free because there's no Spider-Man anymore.
Yeah.
Mysterio goes to Hulk.
Yeah.
And then he makes Hulk think that New York is filled with nothing but monsters.
Right.
And Hulk goes on
Just
a
gonna rampage.
rampage.
Wrecks up New York, and then
That
you've
would
got a
be
new
amazing.
status quo for the Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk destroyed New York for seemingly no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, because Mysterio made him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mysterio's pulling
Oh.
Yeah.
And Doc Ock goes against Iron Man. We already established
so Doc
that.
Ock becomes Iron Man's villain, Mysterio becomes Hulk's villain.
Sandman goes against Captain America.
Why not?
yeah, I don't,
I'm trying to
see
think
the
of like
reason
somebody really good for Daredevil.
I'd say Hydro Man.
For Daredevil?
Oh yeah, rushing water.
Yeah.
All that loud.
Oh
Hydro Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Right off.
That's a cool fight in and of itself.
Yeah, I'd say
But
Hydro Man.
I say
Definitely.
Daredevil takes everybody's. Like the rest. You know,
Yeah.
Daredevil's like so each Daredevil book, Daredevil versus a Sandman. That's an
Well,
arc.
because
Daredevil
Daredevil's
versus Hydro
powers,
Man.
like he has a weakness to water.
Exactly.
So yeah.
But that's a whole arc where it's just
Yeah.
it's awesome. But Daredevil versus the
you
Jackal
could-
starts making Daredevil clones.
Dude, you could build up Daredevil that way. You could literally say, well, if Daredevil's got to face off against Hydro Man, he's got to learn to adapt.
You could build
So,
up
yeah.
Daredevil as like now Daredevil becomes like an Avengers level hero, but
Yeah.
that no one appreciates it. Not that like Captain America's like screw Matt. Pfft. I just mean like
Yeah.
in his own book, you're like, wow, Daredevil's like a superhero.
Yeah. He's pretty
know,
badass.
he's like
I just had these images of Rhino charging at Wolverine, and he's like, "I fought the Juggernaut."
Yeah.
He just throws Rhino aside.
Yeah, that would be cool.
oh yeah, no, that'd be dope.
Yeah, you could literally rework like New Avengers Volume 1 by Bendis.
Yeah.
With the whole Raft storyline, and like they have to just corral Spider-Man's villains. Like
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be.
What about
that'd be
Electro?
awesome.
Who would Electro go?
Maybe Electro
I
would be a
would-
fun Daredevil villain, but I'm trying to think of other.
I would position Electro as the most dangerous. Like
Yes.
I would position him above
just
all
goes
the other
nuts.
villains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daredevil, or Electro's like just a hired gun. I mean,
Yeah.
he broke out the raft.
He broke out
He's-
the raft, yeah.
Like you could definitely have Electro be an Avengers level villain.
But I mean, like one, he wouldn't like Iron Man wouldn't be able to stop him because he just overcharges Iron Man. I mean, no, yeah, I would have him.
No, make an Avengers villain, like just straight up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's in the Avengers books.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like, I mean, because imagine that Electro versus the Avengers. I mean, he could hold the city of New York hostage.
Oh,
I mean, there's all these
and
things.
Let's not even forget the fact that like Norman Osborn goes ballistic.
Yes.
And then you can re-establish Norman Osborn as a like nth level of like problem.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would Lex Luthor Norman Osborn.
Oh,
I'd turn him into a good guy.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, like Peter, you're my son.
I'd turn him into
that'd be good.
It'd be like if there's like it's only now that Peter dies that I realize how much he
how meaningless it is.
How meaningless it is he's dead. Yeah, I'd make him a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn the Green Goblin into a superhero.
I could see that. Yeah.
Oh, he adopts the Iron Patriot uniform again, but for real this time.
That would be pretty beast. Yeah.
And no one believes him. That's a whole book.
Yeah.
Superior Goblin. Something like that? No,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call it.
Yeah.
That.
But hold on.
Irredeemable
This episode
Goblin.
is brought to you by a sponsor.
Oh, what sponsor?
It's us.
It's us.
It's brought to you by patreon.com/comicstorian, where you can find Conspiracy Cast.
Yeah.
Where we've talked about Bigfoot, we've talked about Loch Ness, we've talked about
The Freemasons?
Flat Earth.
Freemasons, Flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
Freemasons didn't get talked about. Rob got upset.
Yeah, we talked about the Earth being flat as a giant discus that hurls through space.
Yes.
Cutting through asteroids and all kinds of
But
things.
you can find that exclusively right here on Twitch if you're watching this live, or you can find it over on our Patreon, patreon.com/comicstorian.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it like, we don't have an ad, do we? Let's make an ad on our other podcasts.
Adception.
Yeah.
Yes, and you can also find myself, Natalie, and Dan over on our other podcast, the Eligible Monster Podcast, where we do gaming over on our gaming channel, youtube.com/eligiblemonster. That podcast is also on our Patreon, patreon.com/comicstorian, where you get all of the podcasts I just named and early access to other things.
Yeah.
And if there is a real ad, it'll go right here.
Cool.
Oh man.
Okay.
But yeah, so
Oh, we gotta do a Wolverine book too. Wolverine needs a villain.
Well, remember Wolverine lost, like he couldn't save Spider-Man. He was there trying.
Oh, Kraven the Hunter becomes Wolverine's big villain.
yeah, there you go. Yeah, Kraven the Hunter.
I like
No,
how you guys
see,
like, yeah,
to me-
whatever, that works.
See, to me, it would be the small things in the aftermath that would make it so meaningful. Like for a temporary amount of time, Captain America's shield is a Spider-Man. It's like the Spider-Man logo. or like they just have like they walk by and on a wall it's just like in memoriam Peter
Right.
Parker. Just small little things.
Oh
here
my
and there.
God! There's like a Peter Parker wing at Empire State University or Midtown
Yeah,
High.
exactly. Yeah.
Donated by Tony Stark.
Yeah, the Peter Parker
Peter
science.
Parker
of,
science
yeah.
like lab for Midtown High. I
Oh
think
no,
that's-
yeah, you could do that. You could say like the Peter Parker like it's tied into Future Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
like-
God! Oh, the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
They got
That'd
to
be cool.
inherit some kind of
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah, no,
I got a better question though. So we've discussed what happens to Peter Parker and all the villains stuff like
Yeah.
that. But we also established that in the 12-issue Road, everyone died.
Right.
So what about everything that was tied to Miles?
Oh, you got to do the champions and the
Champ-
fallout there
Yeah.
with the loss of
Because yeah,
Miles.
Spider-Man's down, but dude, Spider-Man's down. I know they have the same name.
Oh,
If
you,
you make
you could roll Prowler back in.
Yeah, you make
Yeah.
Miles' dad become proud.
Yeah, make his dad become Prowler, and then just say like he becomes a new.
And his wife goes like kind of crazy because
Yeah.
she used to be dead, so it's like now she's back and she's not a big fan of the whole costume
Oh, yeah.
thing. But she goes nuts, and that's the sadness of the new Prowler book. The Prowler book is that like Miles' dad, who was a hero and his son was a hero, loses his son in like a seemingly random act of violence, and so he becomes the Prowler in a way because like his whole life has fallen apart.
Yeah.
And he's stealing to basically support his wife, who is the source of major drama and misery in his life because she's like completely inconsolable. She's gone
Yeah.
like insane. So that's the the maudlin book where you're like,
Right.
oh, I want to feel bad, so I'm going to read the Prowler book. You know, like, and Prowler, by the way, Prowler is a huge chip on his shoulder because the superheroes are all celebrating Peter Parker. But what about Miles? My son got the short end of the stick.
They did that recent thing where, what was it, like when Barry came back and Bart, and no one cared about Bart.
Yeah, exactly.
And Bart was like, what the hell?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So new Prowler, he has a real like sore spot against superheroes.
I could see him doing that. Like where's my son's citywide funeral?
Yeah,
Like,
by the
where's
way,
my son's
he was
statue?
Spider-Man
Where's-
too.
Yeah, and by the way,
Yeah.
that is its own. That's a Prowler book, and that's a quiet like little street book. You also need a Punisher book. You need a Punisher tie-in too, because Punisher was debuted in the Spider-Man book, and they were like the most bitter of enemies.
Okay,
Oh,
Rob, how would you handle Punisher then?
I would send Punisher.
Because I think Sal's had a lot of theorizing already.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
How would I handle Punisher? Punisher's ability to function would be based on the main book.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, that like there are symbiotes out there, because not every symbiote out there is a bad guy. Like Punisher would just hunt them down. He'd be like every
That's the
symbiote
arc, hunt
everywhere.
for the symbiotes.
Yeah, like every symbiote everywhere is gonna die, like indiscriminately. I don't care who you are
Dude.
and what role you've played. Like you're all gonna die. Like that'd be his thing.
Frank takes the original Venom symbiote to do it.
Okay, I like that. I don't know, man.
That would be sick.
Frank because the original symbiote's like, no, you're right.
Yeah.
We were wrong.
The one that got separated from Eddie, because both are versions.
The original Venom symbiote, the one that loves Spider-Man.
But see, I wouldn't separate the original symbiote. Like I would say, it is the original Venom symbiote that took over Eddie Brock and like
that kills Spider-Man.
That kills Spider-Man.
Oh, maybe it's remorseful. Maybe it feels bad.
No, but see, to me that would make it more tragic because Punisher would be like, I don't give a shit. Like I don't care how sad you are. I don't care. Yeah.
Like the other Venom guy.
Yeah.
Like his dominant personality took over the symbiote.
Yeah, like every single person everywhere who has ever possessed a Venom symbiote is like they got to go because they might get it back.
Yeah.
And every person who does possess a Venom symbiote's got to go because they have it.
Yeah.
And then all the Venom symbiotes themselves get taken out.
So
he'd kill them all.
So Punisher's got his own like list.
Yeah.
And he basically he goes down like the list of every host of Venom or anyone who's ever possessed a symbiote at all.
I mean, dude, you could I would have it written by Garth Ennis. You could imagine that shit. Like,
he would write that in a heartbeat.
Dude, I would pick it up with like Punisher Max, where it's just like Peter Parker's dead. He was killed by Venom. He's like, but like Venom created more. Whatever the case is, it's like I've got a list. Time to get to work. And he just rolls out there, and he's just like all of them are gonna die. And it's cool because then you have Punisher facing off against heroes who are like, you have to stop. And then it's like, do you really want to get in my way? Then it's like, okay, fine. And then they just kind of back off.
Let me throw an idea at you, and you approve it or not. Frank, he's like he does a whole bunch of research into, he hacks the files of the Baxter Building to find out more about symbiotes and shit.
Yeah.
Because the Baxter Building used to house the symbiote when Spider-Man purged it for the first time. But he's like, okay, they're weak to sonics and fire, so I'm gonna need sonic weapons, and I'm gonna need fire. And he basically he breaks into the Baxter Building to get some information, and he's stopped by the Human Torch. He's like, what are you doing, Frank? Get out of here. And Frank's like, I'm rolling up on symbiotes, and you're gonna help me. And it's a team.
Johnny is one of Peter's best friends.
Oh no! You know what you would do? Take that idea, but then like Punisher takes the anti-Venom suit.
Right.
Punisher becomes anti-Venom.
Yeah.
So anti-Venom and
the Human Torch.
The Human
go
Torch.
on like a murder.
They go on just a murderous crusade.
Yes.
And just slaughter every symbiote they find.
I like this, but there is a question our Twitch chat has been having that I need to know your guys' opinions on.
Okay.
His civilian life. How would that even be handled?
Who?
Peter's.
Oh, his identity would be out now.
Yeah.
Oh, he just out it?
Yeah,
and you treat it like the Ultimates did.
But people wouldn't freak out. Like J. Jonah Jameson, whoever, they would be like, we're not running a smear campaign.
Yes.
Like we're celebrating the life and times of Peter Parker. And so like for the first time you get like a J. Jonah Jameson, like J. Jonah Jameson writes the article.
He did that in Ultimates, and it was so good. So just do it again.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. That one I'm okay with you doing again.
Yeah.
Just have J. Jonah Jameson write this beautiful, like sad obituary. That's basically the front page of the New York Times.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
cool.
but as far as Flash, J. Jonah Jameson, that's covered. Mary Jane, she's either a hero or she's dead. Either one. Aunt May is either living with Jameson or dead. Either one.
I would have Aunt May just lose the will to live.
Yeah. Oh, but that's the thing is like
because she's lost.
Dude, that would be the
thing is she would die.
It would, but she's lost Uncle Ben.
But that's why I'm saying we kill her. Because like otherwise it's just she withers away and dies, and it means nothing. Like it's just a sad book, and that's all you get out of it. But if you kill her first, it's really sad.
Or she makes the Venom symbiote killer. Like I don't want to live without Peter. So like I've lost Peter and Ben. Like
oh, it'd just be her going to. It would be her going to Ben's grave and like taking a couple like cyanide pills or something, just dying there.
That would be, dude. That would be such. That'd be like.
I know, right? It's sad.
Damn, this is a Warren Ellis story.
I said I wanted Venom to eat her.
This is like
you
Marvel
guys wanted her to make
man.
it. I'm telling you, I wanted a cool Mary Jane Iron Man book, but you don't want that.
This is like Spider-Man ruins in the main Marvel universe.
I know. It's just Spider-Man ruins.
Let's say the year's up. The normal universe has started to move on.
Yep.
Past everyone. How are we bringing them back?
Okay.
Because it's comics. No one stays dead.
Oh, I would have like a thing in the Fantastic Four book, the way that Marvel 2-in-1 is like Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four are dead, but like because like Fox and bullshit, like they're not.
Yeah.
And like, but there's an undercurrent of Marvel 2-in-1 where it's like they're dead, but like they're not. I'd have in like maybe the Fantastic Four book, like people from the Spider-Verse are trying to get in. Like there's
so basically outside. You would have a portal open,
right? A portal would open, and
then the Spider-Verse people start pouring in.
Not even like we'd have to do something cool with like because Doctor Strange would also need a tie-in because he's also tied into Spider-Man and everything. But like we'd need maybe actually it would be the Doctor Strange book, but like there'd be some kind of like the tether maybe because Peter Parker dies, the web of life is broken, and so the Spider-Verse can't get in to this universe. It's broken off. And so, but like it's like they're banging on the door. Like you hear this thud, but it's like a metaphorical or it's like it's an
only
interdimensional.
Doctor Strange can hear it.
Only Strange and maybe Reed is getting like things like he sees it on readings and stuff. He's like, what the hell's going on? Like there's an interdimensional knocking on the door, and I don't know what it is, but I'm not opening it because sometimes Nihilus pops out.
Yeah.
So but like there's this, but Strange is hearing it. It's basically like the Spider-Verse being like, trying to regain the balance of the loss of Peter. And so you're teasing that, and I'll have to think about it some more about how to bring back Peter Parker. But like,
oh, I know exactly how to do it.
Okay.
Like building on that, like I would go to the realm of Mr. Death and get him back.
Right.
And like Deadpool would be the one to do it because Deadpool would be like, I've got an in with Mr.
I got
Death.
an in. Yeah.
Yeah. So they
Dude,
like,
that's the book right there. Deadpool first he tortures Eddie for the year.
Yeah. Then he makes a team like the New Avengers.
And he makes a team, and they're like,
Doctor
"What are we
Strange
doing?" And he's like, "I'm going for Peter."
Yeah. Oh, and he gets
And they're like, "What do you mean you're going for
on a
Deadpool?"
rescue
I got an in.
I got an in, and he calls up Thanos. Yo, that side chick we both got.
Yeah. I need her new address.
I mean, in Infinity War, they went to the realm of Mr. Death, so you can go there. It's not like a metaphysical.
No, you can just go there.
So, yeah, you can go there. So Deadpool would bring it back.
You could have like a Secret Avengers kind of team, like a Black Ops team, like Nick Fury's team, like when he's like, someone's got to replace.
Just call it like the Secret Spiders or something.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
Spider of.
It's Deadpool. He grabs Ghost Rider. He grabs Punisher for some weird reason.
Well, Punisher's got his own thing. Punisher could spin into it.
Okay. Deadpool grabs Ghost Rider and Doctor Strange.
Yes.
And they go on an adventure through the planes of existence.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's because you have a bunch of like roads to things. Like you got the Human Torch and Punisher book that's running off. That's awesome and cool. And they're doing the murder book. Then you got the metaphysical book where it's like Doctor Strange is like, we're gonna look for, or no, Deadpool's like, we're looking for Peter, and he's like, and you're gonna help me.
And
you got that team.
find Peter, but he's in like heaven.
Yeah.
He's
happy.
He's happy.
Yeah.
He's got his parents,
Gwen,
Uncle Ben, May, since apparently we've killed her three different ways.
Gwen Stacy's there.
Everyone is there with Peter.
Yeah.
And, and Deadpool explains how bad the world has gotten without Peter.
Well,
and
then
he
it would
comes
take
back.
It would okay. If Peter were happy, he wouldn't want to come back.
That's the
Right?
problem.
Like,
I know.
if he's in the afterlife, but you'd have to have. I mean, Deadpool wouldn't be enough. You would need something else. Like you would need like a reformed Norman Osborn. If Norman Osborn showed up and he's like, look at the world as it exists right now, and here's what I've done, and so on and so forth.
I have your idea.
Yeah.
Norman Osborn tried to be a hero. No one believed him. He finally snapped, and he believes Peter's still alive. He's kidnapped Mary Jane, and he's going to kill her unless Spider-Man shows up because he believes like Tupac.
Right.
Spider-Man's out there.
Yeah.
This doesn't work.
Please, I've seen 6 Spider-Men in the last year. Like he's around.
And so Deadpool goes to get him, knowing that Mary Jane is the only thing that Peter would come back for.
Yes. I was going to say, if you wanted to just, that's a dope story. You could do one of 3 of those stories.
And what it is Deadpool goes, Peter's happy, and he's like, look, man, I had to let you know.
Oh,
you can stay here and be happy, but Mary Jane will die.
Well, here's the thing. You do one of those 3 things, because you either have Norman Osborn do that story. That's awesome. You have Norman Osborn, as a hero, go to Deadpool, and he's like, so how has torture been? Is that good enough for you? Because I hear you have an in with Mistress Death, and Norman Osborn leads the team to go get Peter.
That would be cool.
And so you have them go to
have
heaven.
him reform the Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
and
the Thunder. That's the team. The team that goes to get Spider-Man is the Thunderbolts, and Norman Osborn determines it.
No,
I'll
read the shit out of that.
They go to heaven, right? And they meet Peter, and Peter's like, no. Yeah. And Norman says, but with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh shit,
Norman!
And Peter's like, son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
And he looks at Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben's like,
yeah, man.
Exactly.
He's got you there.
What does it got?
I got chills. I'm in for that book.
Oh my god, dude, I would.
And Peter just leaps at it. But like, but
you
Norman was the reason.
No. So he goes, he saves the day, and you still end it on a sad note. He's sitting on the top of a building and looking down, thinking about how happy he was.
Oh, he remembers.
He was finally able to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way,
back to that shitty life of street level crime in New York.
At no point did we mention Mephisto. What I would do is in the road to get Peter back. You know, it's Ghost Rider, it's Doctor Strange.
Oh my God, you're gonna undo the marriage.
Well, no, they go. They go through and like they meet Mephisto and they're like, they need a doorway to heaven, and Mephisto has the key, and they're like, we need you to open it, and he's like, well, why would I help you? And he's like, because you screwed him. Like because, and they're like, you owe us a favor because of the one more day thing, and you use the one more day like loophole to get them into heaven to get Peter back, and then Mary Jane's the one who brings him back. Mary Jane joins the Thunderbolts.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I love, but
as rescue.
Yeah, but
whatever.
I feel like I like that, but I feel like that's too easy to get. It's like Lois Lane bringing Superman back.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense, but it seems like it'd be too easy.
But I do like the idea of Norman bringing it back.
Yeah, I think Norman's more impactful.
But I like the idea of Mary Jane and Norman going together.
I got the Marvel finale to this before we close out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I got the Marvel. This is what Marvel would do. They would do the whole year. At the end of the event, we would snap back time to bring back all the spider people.
That's exactly what would happen. Oh yeah.
But like, here's the thing. I already did that. Like with the pounding on the door with the Spider-Verse trying to get in.
Yeah.
Eventually, like they break through the barrier. The Spider-Verse is back, and so the Spider everything is back in a huge freaking way.
Yeah.
Like everything burst through.
No, Marvel would go with the laziest way possible. They would like somebody would find the time stone.
Yep.
And they'd go back in time and fix it.
Yep.
Or the Soul Stone. Everyone's back.
Everyone's back. Yeah.
So
that'd be it.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's how we would kill
death of
Spider-Man for a year.
Dude, I think that's one hell of a
That's
pitch.
That's a pitch.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
one
Do you
hell
guys think this or our Batman idea was better? Which one's better?
I think this was better than Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think this
think
came
so.
together better. But thank you guys for joining us today for this particular podcast. Stick around if you're on Twitch. We have more coming up after this.
Yep.
But Sal, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having
man.
me. Why not?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, man. Brother.
Yes.
You can always find Sal over at Comic Pop doing very similar shows with his crew over there. Hopefully we can get Sal back on more stuff. And don't forget, you can also go to our Patreon where there are more podcasts. The last one, Loch Ness, actually had Rob and Sal and Gary and Dan talking about Loch Ness. I had to stay behind the camera for that one. But this was fun. Don't forget to subscribe to Comicstorian. Go check out Rob over at Comics Explained. As always, I mean, he's here every week. It's Rob and Benny, but he does have a channel. And you can find him over on Twitter at Comics Explained, at Sal Says What, and I am at Comicstorian, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Let us know in the comments down below who you would want us to do this with next. It took us 6 months, but we will get to the next one. Thank you.